Welcome back everybody to Sweet Home 3D, and it's been a minute, but in this video we wanted to work on this area here. This is where the dining room was. We're going to make it a conversation pit or a sitting area. So we'll set everything up and we'll get this video started. Alright, so yeah, this was supposed to be the dining room, and we have not done a video on the dining room, but it has been created. So we're going to make this now a conversation pit. And we're going to go ahead, pardon me, I had to unplug my headphones because everything was going through my headphones. It was bothering me. Anyway, so I found these on another site other than the Sweet Home Library, and I thought they were really cool because they had glass, and none of the lights in the library had glass, and like I was really happy about that. So I went ahead and I downloaded them, and they looked hideous just because I overscaled them and the glass was tinted. So a lot of it was my fault, but I'm going to keep them and use them for another build. So with everything being deleted, we're going to grab the tray facade that's in the entry hall that's housing the chandeliers, and we're going to simply copy and paste that. Yep. And yep. And then we're going to scoot that over to our conversation pit or our sitting area. This is not going to be a standout, room. It's just going to be a place to sit if you want to conversate, if you're someone comes to see you and they're waiting to see you, type of deal, a little mini lobby or something like that. Whatever you want to use it for, there it is. So it's not going to be, it's going to be nice because it's our penthouse, but it's not going to be built-in shelves and things of that nature. So I think the star of the show is going to be the overhead tray that we stole from the hallway. Now, interior decorating and design 101 in my book is if you're going to take an object, whether you're doing this in CAD or real life, if you're going to take a lighting fixture, tables, anything, and you're going to put them in another room, and you're going to grab the same table, somehow or other, that needs to be different from the other items in the other location of the house. So in other words, we took this from the chandelier, from the entry hallway that was housing the chandelier. We're going to put the chandelier in this. See, there it is. So we're going to put the chandelier in this, but we're going to make it different. So the first way we're going to make it different, as you can see, it's going to be diamond shaped, so it's going to be on a 45-degree angle. And then we had two more ways to make it different. We're going to add a border flange, I guess that's what we'll call it, around the tray, all the way around it. So, and then we'll add lighting as well. So those are a few ways we're going to make it different from the ones that are in your entry hall. So I'm going to get started on that. So I will go to my library, which I already did, and I will grab the cube. I think it's labeled box in my library. I kind of want to label it cube because when I think box, I think of like a cardboard model, like a cardboard box model, and so I would like it to be a cube. That is neither here nor there. It is just a editorial. Note to self. I don't know. Anyway, so that's already been done. I got my cube spawned out, and then the nice thing about these cubes, these can be a godsend because you can use them for anything, almost anything, in Sweet Home. So I don't know if any of you watched the sunken living room. We used them to make the stairs because the first thing I'll do is to try to find a model that suits what we're trying to do, and sometimes that doesn't happen, and you need to do a custom job. So because there were no stairs designed for sunken living rooms or sunken floor plan, we had to call in the cubes. So we did that, and then in that video, if you haven't watched it, watch it. But we used the cubes to make the stairs because the stairs, or the sunken living room, that was the formal living room, was a good 4 foot drop. So we had to make stairs, and there were no models for custom stairs. So anyway, blah blah blah. Um, so now I'm just working on the height, and I want to make sure that the cube is either a little bit in the ceiling or it is actually touching the ceiling. It's not just floating. So I want it connected to the ceiling, or a little bit, maybe like an inch, half inch into the ceiling. Once that happens, then I can work on it meeting the tray so that they are flush, and that takes a while. So it really does, and it's tedious, and I'm not going to show the whole thing here, and we'll actually jump a little bit forward because this is tedious, and it can be boring to watch the whole thing. So I'm just going to do just this one here, and then I will literally jump ahead with the video. So once I have gotten the elevation height that I'm looking for, which it's done, now it's just a matter of putting these against the upper tray 4 times, and then once I have them up there, then I can work on the depth and the width and all of that stuff. Once I'm happy with the one, I usually will just copy and paste the rest of them. That's kind of how I do it. And if I'm not happy with it after it is all up there, then I can change the dimensions on the fly. So that's technical jargon, and so, and anyway, we're gonna just set this here. I'm gonna use the tab right there, and I'm going to just pull this down. So at least for right now, it's a little bit over the length of the tray. I can do the particulars later, and I will do this literally 4 times. And I'm not going to show that 4 times because it was tedious. I'm like, yeah, I need a drink. So yeah, so there. Pardon me. So we've got that, and then there is there's what it looks like when it's all done. Now, I want to leave the gaps there. There's all 4 gaps, and no, I don't want to do that. I thought about leaving it just like that, but yeah. So, but yeah, it looks nice. So far, so good. But we do want to make those equal lengths, so it looks a little bit more professional. I don't think this is a professional application, but I want to keep everything as professional as I possibly can. So we're going to make those all equal. Besides, the lights are going to go on the ends. So I do want to make, yeah, and there you go. There you go. So we went with this green marble, and the reason we did is because the wall between the kitchen and the dining room had the same marble. See? There you go. And it also had it in the kitchen. So I kind of wanted just to expand that out because it was nowhere else but those 2 places. And it's probably going to end up in the dining room as well. It just haven't gotten there. I like the color. It's this nice pastel, kind of springy color. And I wanted to just expand that out there. So now we're going to move on to the electrical. So we need 4 recessed lights, and hey, we're going to get them from the dining room. So I just have to find out where it is at. It's like playing the shell game, right? Just have to find out where it's at. And once that happens, we're going to skip forward and put those in. So there you have it. So we got all 4 lights in, and I guess we need to put up the star of the show, and that is going to be the chandelier. And so now, just like we were talking about earlier, this tray looks different from the ones in the hallway. So that's kind of your rulebook 101 when it comes to interior design. If you're going to go ahead and copy and paste, or in real life purchase the same fixtures, when you're going into the room and say, hey, I'll use this and I'll put this up in the living room. Okay, that's great, but it needs to be different somehow. The lighting has to be a different color or a different shape or something. Something has to be different just so it's not boring. It's like, hey, dude, you used the same thing in all the rooms. Like, why did you do that? Anyway, so there it is. There is our conversation pit. I didn't go to the site and with you guys and pick out the furniture and all that. We just wanted to skip ahead. It wasn't a big deal, but it looks really nice. And it's it looks nice. So I want to thank everyone, because I'm going to drop the video or stop the video here. I want to thank everyone for watching, and show the video some love. This channel does not get a lot of love, so be kind, hit the like button, and we would be glad to have you. So if you hit the subscribe and the bell, you then would be notified of any videos that we post here on the channel. It is in its infancy. I can't talk. I'm going back to school. But it could use some love. And so slowly but surely we were growing. But again, I want to thank everyone for watching and for visiting the home of virtual home creation. Signing off for now. Goodbye, everybody.